Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana, and thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where the sister and brother is all out to talk about how black people are still living under slave mentality. And this got a lot of people reacting, like a lot of people were like, she actually making a lot of sense. Why people were like, still okay, what do you want us to do? Guys, I'm just going to roll a clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Slavery was hundreds of years ago. It don't matter. No, they did stuff to our minds and conditioned it to think certain.
If you didn't watch the last creator's video, go back, watch the last creator's video, and then come back to this one. Like the last creator said in his video, eating your meat well done is an enslavement mindset. Holding your trauma in, your brother beat you up, your man beat you up, your dad beat you up, not calling the police, not telling nobody, is an enslavement mindset. Soul food that we make on Thanksgiving, like chillings, greens, things like that, cornbread, a lot of that stuff is leftovers. They didn't give us the good part of the meats. Slave masters, white slave masters did not give black people the good part of food, so we would do things to savor it. And as a tradition, 400 years later, we're still doing those things, which causes us to be in an enslavement mindset. But my whole point of saying all that was, the biggest thing I want to talk about is black people hate everything about slavery except Christianity. When we were slaves, the only thing we could read was the Bible, and if that, because if we got caught reading, we would get beaten or beaten to death. And if they stole our land, our food, our money, why wouldn't they steal our religion? And a lot of black people are still in the enslavement mindset because they're still basing their tradition off the Bible. Granted, I'm not saying everything in the Bible is wrong, but there are some missing pieces that do not make sense, and you can tell it was man-made. Then one of the biggest things I do not like about Christianity or Christians is y'all get on social media and try to degrade people who have did the work and removed the enslavement mindset, calling it New Age. When African spirituality is actually indigenous and was around before slavery and was around before Christianity. There's nothing New Age about it. Just like history keep repeating itself, like we might have a World War III, spirituality is not New Age, it's been here. It was kept a secret because, like I said, we got beat or called witches. I'm not telling y'all don't be Christian. I'm not telling y'all to be spiritual, because personally, I don't care what you do. As long as you're seeking connection to God, it doesn't matter what religion you practice. Muslim, Buddhism, Christianity, spirituality. As long as you're seeking God and seeking a connection with God, do what's best for you. And stop trying to degrade others because you think the way that you grew up is correct. The way we grew up is not correct. None of our traditions are correct. Create your own traditions. As long as it's moving with integrity, you will be fine.
New motherfucking topic, and I'm so glad y'all hot today because somebody in my friend circle pointed this out about how we are conditioned to do certain things because of the slavery that took place generations before us. And I brought this up, scroll down, if not, about how DNA is developed over time. It changes. And I brought this up in like a traumatic sense. Like I said in my video previously, if my mother was afraid of lightning and thunder, then I would inherit a fear for it until I outgrew it, or if I outgrew it. But if I didn't, then my children were having it, so on and so forth. And I wanted to know if that was like a direct connection for, you know, somebody like my grandmother and so on. No one said yes or no, but I was putting the pieces. And now seeing this video, go back and watch both parts of the video. It makes perfect sense. We code switch because of slavery. We're quiet in public because of slavery. We don't make direct eye contact with our white counterparts because of slavery, because we know inherently that we would have been attacked or killed or, you know, whatever for doing that. Like the things that we do culturally, like when we all gather together and it triggers them to call the police because they think we're plotting against them, or the food that we eat culturally, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, like she was saying, was like the scraps of food. Yeah. Psychologically, it goes a little deeper. We could talk about it.
Me liking my meat well done and knowing that most white folks that probably own slaves prefer their meat more raw, not as cooked, because again, they don't like black. They hate black, so why would they want their meat dark, right? Somehow I prefer my meat well done because that's just how my taste buds work. That's me being enslaved. An enslaved mindset. Who the fuck makes these? Why are you making these? This is the dumbest take ever, dude.
Well, hello everybody out there in TikTok land, how y'all doing? I want y'all to go back and look at this young lady's video and the young man. I couldn't stitch his video because she didn't leave his video title in her video. And this is the problem I have with my people on this app, because I've been on this app for 3 years. Excuse me. And nobody knew most of this stuff what she's talking about. And then TikTok is going to censor this video just like it censors all of my videos, because they think I'm like thinking and just like these people here. So I remember when I got on a video on TikTok, and my first video went viral when I told people I started picking cotton when I was 8 years old. Yeah, this is a story time. Started picking cotton when I was 8 years old. Then fast forward, right before that, I started to school during segregation. And I was indoctrinated. I knew I was being indoctrinated to participate in the system that my parents didn't want to participate in. I was probably around 12 years old when I realized that this system that you're participating in, and they don't realize they're participating in. And yeah, I was like 12 years old when I realized this system was designed for me. That's when the hatred of not only my family, but everybody was against me. And like now, you look at me, I'm in a van living like I am, and people think that success is not in the material things you have. Success is the wisdom of knowing how to live on a planet that was designed for you to live on. See, slavery, they're talking about this slavery mentality. Everybody's a slave. I mean, nobody on this app, even people that's making $250,000 and $500,000 a year, they're slaves to the system. You're all slave to the system. If you can live like I'm trying to live this way, but I have so many people in hurdles after hurdle. I mean, this been like this since I was 12. Hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. When a person showed me that they can go get up and go sit in, like some of these people living off grid, they're not really living off grid. You know, and that's what I've been trying to do. And it seems like every time when I try to do something, people try to hinder me from doing what I'm doing. See, I got triggered here. Well, it's been 3 weeks now. And, man, the toxicity of people's attitude on this app is just, it's just unreal. The people on this app, they act just like slave owners. the way they treat people on this app. I mean, how can you, I mean, if I had an app like this, I would make sure that everybody was prospering off of this app. But instead, this app is got you stuck in a slave mentality. They're in a slave owners mentality. I mean, and then people talk about like, where we were freed with Abraham Lincoln. You wasn't freed. You was emancipated. You was emancipated from the slave owners to be slaves in the corporation. That's when the prison industrial complex started skyrocketing. It's been going up and it's still going up. Because this country was built off of free labor. And people say, well, I'm not a slave because I make money. No, you don't make money. They give you just enough tokens to where you are happy to continue to participate in a system that don't benefit you. Even the people that got more tokens want to rub it in your face that they got more tokens than you do, and they participate more in the system, and they vote and lobby and get up behind Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and everybody and got you brainwashed thinking, well, we get these people in office that they're going to do better for us. But I want y'all to tell me, I don't care if you're black or white, tell me, when in this country has this government benefit you? When? It ain't never benefit you. It ain't benefit you to this very day. But you continue to participate in it. That is a slave mentality. Like you're so, then you start talking about we couldn't read the Bible and we was forced into Christianity. But then you get up there and start talking this here Christianity stuff and then say, well, I'm an African spiritualist. How you African spiritualist? You ain't talking about, we spiritualist. How you African spiritualist? You ain't talking about, we was forced to eat chitlins and all like this here. No, we wasn't forced to eat chitlins. That was a dish that we ate. It was a delicacy. Just like French people eat horse meat. That's a delicacy. It blows me away how indoctrinated and brainwashed people still are. And then they get on this app. I mean, TikTok would push your app when you push this misinformation. But then, when I get up here, like I said, I got on here and started telling people I started picking cotton when I was 8, working on the farm all my life, planting onions, potatoes, working in cotton gins. But then you want to censor me and suppress me for the truth. Then you take what I say and you twist it and think, oh no, this is what he said. I mean, the book that you be reading is telling you true and accurate history, but it's just twisted. It's not a lie. It's twisted. You know, that's what narcissists do. You know, well, you can call it a lie, but they twist the truth. It's not they just flat out lie. They just twist the truth. And now y'all untwisting the truth and figuring out what they said. But you done twisted it. Instead of untwisting it, y'all twisting it more. And you don't have a clue you're doing it. You know, like I said, I got triggered here about 3 weeks ago. And, man, I mean, I was in a real depression. You hadn't seen me on there much. I've been giving no story time. But I'm going to take a break. I got to take a break from this app. Like Martin Luther King said, I led my people into a burning house. But I'll come back after the election probably. I ain't going to say nothing about the Georgia shooting and all these school shootings. Because that ain't changed. They're just doing what their ancestors taught them to do. I can't see that. The only way things gonna change in this country is when you stop participating in a system that's not benefiting you. You out here slaving harder. Y'all working 3 jobs now just to pay your rent and drive these fancy cars and wear these here fancy clothes. And then eat this $high food where you go right out there, put a seed in and grow a crop for yourself. But anyhow, y'all have a great week.
Like, seriously, lovelies, when I saw this video, I actually had a very big thought with all of the things that, the sister said. I was not able to, put up the other guys' video, but in the sister's, video, she talked about how, the first guy, which she staged his video talking about how black people, we are so inclined with this slave mentality, like everything that we do or that we do is just related to slavery. It's just related to what our ancestors actually did. Even upon abolishing slavery, most of us still carrying on with the slave mentality, with all of the things that our ancestors have really, done in the past. And I want to actually chip in something, concerning the food and the way at which we don't allow we allow our food or our meat to be properly cooked in order to preserve it, because this was how, during slave time, the enslaved people, they eat leftover foods and all of that. So because of that, they cook it thoroughly in order to preserve it so that they will be able to eat it next time, or thereabout. But the thing is that to me, I am someone that I cannot eat like a food that is not properly cooked. Like meat, I cannot eat if this meat is not properly well done. Does that mean that when I heard that, I was like, does that mean that I still have the slave mentality? I think that does not really have to do with the slave mentality. I think it has to do with, I think black people love to cook their food thoroughly. Or like, I cannot even fathom if it has to do with the, historical, anything that has to do with history of black people and all of that. But personally, I think normally I just like food that is well cooked, food that is like well done, especially meat. I do not like all this, steak and having to see a little red in it, and no, it's not for me. Like, it's just something that I cannot find myself eating. It makes me feel as if like I'm still eating something raw. Like, oh my goodness, you know how it is. I don't even want to pronounce so many things, but I know those are the kind of food that Pankolo people like, the steak and the living, it's not to be well cooked. But that does not really mean, or if it does mean, it's just something that I think normally it doesn't have to do with the mentality, the slavery and all of it. It's just not like there's some people that want their food to be so cooked well, and why there are some that don't want that. I think it has to do with preference, but because I still believe that there are some black people that still eat undercooked meat or something like that, which I don't know. I'm just trying to maybe. But another thing I also want to chip in is concerning the Christianity thing, which sometimes I ask myself this question and I get a little bit confused and trying to look for answers and all of that. They say that Christianity was actually brought by these people, which some researchers actually proved them not wrong. But the thing is that it was said that Christianity was brought by the, slave masters, which they actually twist all of the, Bible verses and most of the things in the Bible, which was actually true, but it was twisted. And now when, enslaved people try to read the Bible, when they get caught, they are punished and all of that. The thing is that before they won't start learning this Bible, reading the Bibles, what was it that they were into before? If it's not Christianity, what is it that they believed before? What is it that they pray to? Because sometimes when I go on my, to actually search for things to put up here, a lot of people talked about how, especially pan-colored people talked about how, oh my god, we are the reason why you guys know Christianity and all of that. If not, you guys will be in Africa, with voodoo and end up being in hell. So does that mean that African people or black people are actually worshipping voodoo, or they were all spiritual thing? Because there are a lot of spiritual things out there. There are a lot of people that worship things out there. So before Christianity, what was it before Christianity?
you know. And this is what this sister is trying to say. She is trying to talk about how people actually castigate, especially, you know, it's coming from black people, castigate them, the people that is into the spiritual thing, even if it's not Christianity. But there are some people that are spiritually gifted. And there's this lady which I also follow on, you know, TikTok, that talked about, you know, the people that worship both the sun, the moon, that hears things. Like, there are so many of those things out there, and it's as if, you know, Christianity has come to stay, and all of those spiritual things has been abolished one way or the other. Like, this is all just so confusing that I decided to just put it up here for us to, you know, actually know what is going on this planet Earth, to actually, you know, educate ourselves. So guys, if you know more about the spiritual thing before, you know, Christianity come to place, or was it that we were still Christians but it wasn't called Christian, it wasn't called Christianity, it was called something else, but because, you know, these people came and they have to like change the name. Let's just leave it in the comment section of what you think of this video, because I am so eagerly want to you know, learn, especially when this lady, my guy girl, which I like putting her content here, you know, stitching her content and all of that. She talked about how, you know, the people of Israel, all of that, you know, some of them worship the sun, get information from the sun, from the moon, and all of that. And at the time, God was so angry that they were not getting, you know, information from him directly. They ended up, instead of them to, you know, just to get informations or revelations from the sun or the moon, they ended up worshiping it. That was when God got angry. And there's a book like that, which, you know, anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like this video, and I will see you lovelies when I upload it.
I've watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.